Alright, back for the penultimate round. Round 5. We are 3-1, going for a 4-1 right here. And I would like to play first. Yes, absolutely. This hand's fine. I've got Verdict, I've got Cryptic Command, I've got Seer Visions to help me dig into stuff that I may need later on, so I will keep this hand. Now, I don't need anything currently. I do not need to find, a land. I do not need to hit a specific card because I'm in the dark. So a lot of people like to play Seer Visions on turn 1. I mean, it's great if you're a combo deck or whatever. You'll play Seer Visions on turn 1, trying to find your Brawl, trying to find your Rituals, trying to find your whatever. But I don't want to Seer Visions and then see Wall of Omen's Path to Exile on top, and I'm like, all right, sure, I'll keep both of those. And then I'm playing against Ad Nauseam or something, and it's just like, oh, all right, well, that's useless. So, in a control deck, I like to keep my Seer Visions. I mean, if that was like a 2-lander, then I would have Visions to try to keep lands flowing. But as it stands, I just don't really need them. So, now it looks like we're playing against any sort of Devoted Druid company deck or whatever. So now I know a little bit more about what I need to be looking for with my Seer Visions. So I'm not going to pay 2 life. And we are simply just going to play Serum Visions. And you see Path to Exile and Draw Step, and then Path to Serum Draw. And then we have Wall and Celestial Colonnade on top. Okay. I think I'm actually topping both of these. Wall gives me a little bit of ground defense against, any sort of Kitchen Finks or Eternal Witness beating, stuff like that. He might be playing Knight of the Reliquary. It's not going to be able to block for long. But I should be able to block Courser of Krufix quite nicely. So he's got a Collected Company on top of his deck. So I think I actually want to just path this Courser of Krufix. Get rid of that Collected Company on top of his deck. So now I just go Wall of Omens, draw Celestial Colonnade, and then I can, if he has another company or whatever, I can either Cryptic it if he tries to cast it on my turn, or I get to Supreme Verdict it if he casts it on his turn. So there's Noble Hierarch. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, so I just play Island and just pass. I like to F6 and then just always keep my finger on the trigger. I usually always just stop my end step for reasons that we are probably about to see. What are you doing? Oh, alright. Just casting Spellqueller. So that's a little unnerving, because it means that he either just really wants to get aggressive big time, or it means he has a second one. So, regardless, if he's got a second one, then I'm just verdicting, and then maybe just, yeah. I mean, I can just continue to take some damage. It's not a big deal. I hope he just commits some more to the board. Scavenging that's perfect. So, yeah, okay, so he's probably leaving up second Queller. So what's going to happen is I'm going to Verdict, and then he's going to Queller. And then I'm going to Path to Exile the Queller and cast Verdict again. So we're going to go white, white, blue, blue. Supreme Verdict. Kaboosh. And I want him to cast Spellqueller, because that would get another card out of his hand, and it would just be a much bigger blowout. It's almost like a sure tell that he's got, Queller. Oh, so we just floated one? Weird. That's so bizarre. I'm just killing it now because I don't want to just get blown out, but that's so bizarre. If I was in his situation, I would 100% want to get the verdict. I mean, if you're trying to play it anyways, if I've got removal, I'm going to kill it regardless. I mean, why, I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me, but to each their own. So now I just leave up Cryptic, and he's probably never resolving a spell for the rest of the game, so. I'm actually going to counter that, because it's kind of annoying with the Snapcaster Mage in my hand with double path in the graveyard. So he does have Selfless Spirit. So I'm actually going to play the Flooded Strand so that I can play Cryptic and Snap Path if I have to. I'm not in any rush to really get this Colonnade online because I already have one and I've got plenty of lands, so I'm not too worried about it. And it's also worth considering if he attacks, I just block with Colonnade. If he's got a Path to Exile, I mean, they run a few in the main, but if he's got a Path, then that's totally fine with me. It actually just ramps me further, and I've got a backup Colonnade. This is only dangerous if he's got something like a Collected Company. So, okay. So that happens. Yes, I will use that ability. Grab a Plains. Take 2. There's a Scavenging Ooze. So is he just eating both paths right now? Okay, sure. I mean, it works. Do what you gotta do, right? Okay, I'll just pass here. We just listened to the song on the previous video, it's just a different version. So I'll skip. So it's just got one card. This is kind of annoying, just because I have the Snapcaster Mage in my hand. And this is annoying too, because I can't, like, snap Verdict. And Verdict just trades for the Selfless Spirit. And I lose my Snapcaster Mage in the process. Okay. So take some damage. So it eats the Cryptic Command. It eats the Supreme Verdict. I'm getting a phone call, so hang tight one sec. Okay, sorry about that. My wife called. But we are back. Just decided to kind of keep things going. I was going to cycle this anyways. So now what I'm considering doing is using Cryptic Command to bounce the Scavenging Ooze and draw a card. That way I'd be able to counter it on the way back. And then the Colonnade is going to start to be able to block the Selfless Spirit and so on and so forth. So I think we're just going to go bounce Scavenging Ooze, draw a card. I don't have to be worried about Collected Company because he doesn't have enough mana. And I also don't have to be worried about something like, Horde, because he doesn't have enough mana for that either. And he can't have a Spell Queller either. So he's going to need blue mana. Alright, so Sphinx's Revelation. That is... So, play Temple. And... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is Snap Cryptic right here. I'm actually going to keep this island on top, and that's only because I just want to power up this Revelation. I'm going to draw that card with Wall of Omens. And obviously it's not as good as if I draw, a land for my turn that comes into play untapped. But it's just it's basically just an extra card and an extra life for a very minimal cost, so I'm not too worried about it. So I think we have 2 paths down, and a Verdict. So him having a Flooded Strand is a little worrisome, just if he did have a Spell Queller. Unlikely, because he's... okay, so it was just a Hierarch. So if he attacks, I think I just block with Colonnade. Because he can activate Township to trade. And then if he plays the Scavenging Ooze, whatever, I don't care. That's really bad for him. So he's just passing with the Scavenging Ooze in hand because he knows that I have a counter spell. That's just really, really bad for him. So I just get to play an island and just draw a billion cards at the end of this turn. And he cannot Spell Queller this Sphinx's Revelation. Very unlikely that he has something like Unified Will in the main deck or Negate. It's possible, but I do not think so. And I may not cast Revelation this turn because I think that I have a couple of better things to be doing with my mana, such as pathing the Selfless Spirit and then Snap Crypticing his follow-up play, but we'll see. Yeah, so I'm just going to path this right now. Revelation is going to be able to fill me up regardless of when I cast it. I'd rather get this problematic creature off the table. I mean, I'm not at a super high life total either, so I don't want to just, take like a random chunk for 4 for no reason. I know I'm going to gain 7, maybe 8 life from this Revelation, but I would rather just, not have to worry about that. So if this is Scavenging Ooze, that's fine. It happens. We're going to Snap Cryptic to counter it. And draw a card. Whatever he's doing. Alright, so I'm going to Snap Cryptic this. It's just annoying. So I'm going to go Contractor Spell, draw a card. I may draw like Mana Leak for his follow-up. Okay, Corso Crucifix. I can deal. He's got a Knight on top. So he's playing Nightfall. Pretty much knew that already, but... So the land was cool, because it means Revelation is just going to bury him in card advantage. Just going to pass. No sense in doing anything here. He's got a Knight of the Reliquary on the top of his deck, and there's a Hallowed Fountain. Go ahead and play it. I don't care. Do whatever. Yeah, sure. It resolves, my friends. 99% to draw another Supreme Verdict in this bundle of cards I'm about to draw. So, would not be surprised to see him shock himself here to turn on Township. Okay, he did not. He's got another land on top of his deck. So, I'm just going to block with the wall. Force him to tap out. I mean, it's not really a big deal because I just know that he has nothing, but make him waste his mana now to use the Township, and then, you know, obviously I'm like very, very likely to draw a Supreme Verdict in this bundle of cards. So, I'm surprised he's not conceding right now, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to draw 8 cards and gain 8 life. So I have more life than him now. And I did find the Supreme Verdict. So I'm going to try to attack him. This is probably not going to work. But you got to try, right? Damage is damage. So Kablamo. With that, play Colonnade, put Serum Visions, put Serum on top, Plains on the bottom, play Think Twice, play Serum Visions, put Gideon on top, Tech Edge on the bottom, cast nothing. Pass. Discard Flooded Strand. And the reason why I was just going off ham on my main phase is because I know that he's just drawing a Misty Rainforest for his turn. So I really just don't care. He's got literally nothing that he can do. So I might as well utilize my mana while I still can. So I get Tech Edge the Gavany Township, but I really just don't even care. I'm going to play Gideon. I'm going to plus it. And, yeah, okay. So it's just going to concede. Alright, so we're playing against Nightfall. Grafdigger's Cage is pretty good. Verdict is outstanding. Click, maybe. I like Dispel. I like Elspeth. I like Condemn. Rest in Peace is marginal. I did not see a retreat to Korohelm, and I can't imagine that he's going to keep that in post-sideboard if he is playing that. So really the key points to make against this deck is that he's got Spell Queller and he's got Selfless Spirit. So that makes Supreme Verdict worse, and it makes just anything worse. So for this match, I think, I mean, I like having the Condemn. The Dispel is great because it hits most of these decks don't play Chord, but they still play Collected Company. So that's you know, obviously what you want to have. Supreme Verdict is great no matter what. Now Cage is less good because they don't have Chord. It still stops company. It just blanks that card and forces them to use something like a Quasali Pride Mage to blow it up or whatever. But it's not great. Rest in Peace is really just a shutdown card for Knight, but it doesn't really shut them down necessarily because you know, it stops them at 2/2, but they still get to, like, you know, use it as a ramp card, or, you know, whatever. And you know, he's assuredly not going to be on the Coral Hunt plan, which is going to be, you know, going off or whatever. So I'm not worried about that happening. So for cuts, I like to cut Spreading Seas because they have like infinite mana dorks and they're playing blue, so it's really hard to shut them off of like colors. So it just doesn't really work. Now Click is good because it blocks stuff like Spell Queller and Selfless Spirit, and then Cage is great, and Elspeth is just great for taking over the late game. I think I'm going to cut a Negate, because he is mostly all creatures, and Dispel just hits the companies, which is fine, or the chords. So I'm going to bring in Click and Cage, and I think Elspeth can stay in the board. Maybe I cut a Snapcaster Mage because he's got Scavenging Ooze. I think that's probably a better option. So I'll bring in the Elspeth, and I'll cut a Snapcaster Mage to help kind of mitigate the Scavenging Ooze. And I may cut the Think Twice and the second Snapcaster Mage if I see any indication that he's still playing, you know, somewhat graveyard synergistics with his deck. So this hand is great. I've got just basically draw 2 cards, kill your guy, and 4 lands to play with. So he's on mulligan to 6. I'm going to keep this. Nightfall, I've played a lot of Nightfall in the past. The deck mulligans pretty poorly. There's not a lot of lands in the deck, so it's very easy to get mana screwed. And then it's also easy to get mana flooded too, because you just have so many dorks. So I've been keeping a hand with, like, you know, let's say Heath, Township, Hierarch, Birds, whatever. You know, you got like 1 threat in there maybe. Selfless Spirit, shall we say. You know, but then you just have like nothing else. So this is great. I just drew Supreme Verdict. The nice thing about these decks is that they have no disruption. So I mean, it's just you kind of free reign to like just kind of hold and do whatever you need to do. So I don't want any more lands, so I'm going to do the very minimal thinning that I can with this Flooded Strand to get an island, and draw a card with this Wall of Omens. And then I'm gonna path his Selfless Spirit. Leak actually maybe changes things a little bit, because I was gonna play a second wall, but now I can just go Glacial Fortress and then path this. Okay, that's actually very good too. Now he doesn't have another land, so I'm gonna play Fortress, and I'm gonna leave up Leak. He might just try to run out of Spell Queller just because, and that'll, you know, give me something to leak. And I know I have 2 Supreme Verdicts, but, you know, sometimes you want to not let them just, like, overextend like crazy into your board. So I'm considering letting this happen. No, that can't be right. I'm gonna path it right now. I've still got Leak no matter what, so even if he plays another threatening creature or something like that, then I can just leak it, or I can just Supreme Verdict it on my turn, and then you know, he's stuck on the 3 lands. So he could play like a Knight here or something, or another Selfless Spirit. So I'm just gonna leak the Spirit. If he's got a Dispel, then color me surprised, because I've never seen a list play Dispel before. So now I can play second wall. And then, alright, so we're overloading Iron Verdicts. I'm going to play Tech Edge, because if he has a 4th land, then I get to blow 1 up. And I'm probably killing Breeding Pool if he has a 4th land, depending on what it is. Because that will allow me to, when I do Verdict, it's going to kill his Mana Dork, and then he's just left with a Plains and a colorless land. So, it is what it is. Alright, Condemn's pretty good. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Just pass. Unfortunately, I burned my Leak, so I don't have the opportunity to get a Collected Company. But I've got 3 Verdicts, so, you know, depending on what he hits, I'm just able to, yeah, I mean, just totally obliterate everything that he plays. So I'm not really worried about it. The only thing that punishes me is like Selfless Spirit or like if he chains like 15 spell quellers into one another. So I'm going to block with a wall of omens just to preserve my life total, and I'm going to attempt to verdict. If he's got a way to counter it, then I can still just condemn, you know, whatever his biggest attacker is on the following turn. So I'm still not really worried about it. Alright, so we're going to go white, white, 1 blue, Supreme Verdict. How bad? He's going to float. Oh. Is he just going to cast Company in response, or is he just floating mana? Yeah, I feel like, you know, there's merit to both. I played, like I said, I've played with Nightfall a lot. You know, there's just that chance that you'll hit a Selfless Spirit, or that you'll hit a Spell Queller, and you'll just be like, yeah, eat it. But then there's also that real chance that you'll just literally brick and hit nothing, and then you just add, like, you know, a Noble and a Voice to your board, and it's just like giving me extra value when my verdict resolves. So you just have to be very careful about that stuff. So I'm going to condemn the Voice. Bye bye. Give him a token, which is just going to die anyways. And then if he, yeah, okay, so he's going to Spell Queller, and then he's just going to get busted again. So sorry, friend. I get to condemn nothing. So I go island, white, white, blue, 1, Supreme Verdict, kabam. So you lose everything except for a Voice token. And now I have the option to kill the Breeding Pool or the Gavany Township. And I think I'm going to kill the Breeding Pool. Just cut him off of double green for like Courser. Keep him off of, you know, green for Scavenging Ooze. Keep him off of blue totally. He gets a 1/1 out of the deal, and I get to condemn my nothing. Oh, I just can't even cast it. It just has no targets. So yeah, we're just gonna. I'm gonna play Visions first, actually, just in case I draw something on the spreading seas, maybe. Giving them the trials. That's fantastic. So I'm going to put Jace on top, and I'm going to put Serum Visions on top also. And then we're just going to go ahead and blow up his Breeding Pool. Say goodnight. He's got 3 cards in hand. I've got Verdict, Trials, Visions into Jace coming up. How lucky. So. I mean, he's still got 3 cards. The power of this deck to just out card you is just astonishing. You know, they have so much stuff. So he's got a Knight and whatever. I mean, sure. I'm just gonna keep both of these on top again. I would have loved to have been able to go, like, Verdict into Gideon, but I can't, so I'm just going to kill everything again. Just cannot stay on the board. And I've got another Verdict on the top of my deck, so, you know, is what it is. Sometimes you draw all 4 Verdicts against a creature deck, and, you know, there's not much they can do about it, so. And he did not get a blue source. So either he has another land in his hand, or he's just not worried about casting whatever. So there's a Stomping Ground, and now we just get to play Gideon and just lock down that Knight. So you can resolve a Retreat to Koraham if you so wish, and go ahead and combo off and deal 0 damage. Make a gigantic Knight that's just going to die to Verdict. So, I mean, I feel dirty, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, boom. Arguments could be made for casting something else, but I just really don't see the need to do so. Now I get to just smash with Gideon. I mean, he should have activated his Knight to at least get a fetch land or something out of the deal, but whatever. Is what it is. Now I just get to attack with Gideon, leave out cryptic commands, or I can play Jace and tick it down to draw some cards, but I think that I just want to leave out cryptic right now. Looks like he's just F6ing, so I'm just going to smash for 4. Is it 8? He's dead. I mean, if he like taps up for a spell, I just cryptic it. Alright, that's mildly annoying. Okay, Island was actually good because now it lets me just cast Jace and take him down and still have cryptic up. Okay, he didn't want to play no more. So I mean, we see a bunch of gas in the hand anyways. I mean, we just dump the Gideon and just take it twice or whatever and just win. So there it is. 4-1. Not bad, not bad. Deck's great. I made 2 massive punts, and one of which may have cost us from actually making 5-0, because that game against that Shadow, I don't remember actually if I lost that game or not, but I know that I made a giant punt against Jund, and it just didn't matter because the deck is just so busted that we just won anyways. We beat Jund 2-0. Didn't even lose that game that I made that serious punt with the Gideon activation when I should have attacked Liliana to kill it. But yeah, I mean, the deck's great. This was a very interesting match here against Death Shadow. But yeah, I mean, definitely fun stuff. But I just want to remind you guys of something. Hold on 1 second. So, I have been playing hang on 1 second. Bear with me for a moment. Let's just open whatever. So I'm trying to find something. Bear with me for a moment. Sorry. I've been in email contact with someone to give you guys some deals. I'm trying to find it. Alright, so it's not live yet, so this may not work right away, but just bear with me. If you want, you can send me a message, you know, or reply in the comments here. But you can use promo code John Mayer. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. You can't shift enter on. You can't shift enter on this program for some reason. But anyways, yeah, let's make it giant. So you can use this promo code John Mayer at www.flipsidegaming.com to save 10% on your singles orders. You can also use promo code Numat PayPal, and this will save you up to 8% on any PayPal orders through mtgotraders.com. So just keep those in mind if you guys want to order some singles. I mean, saving 10% is no joke. You know, I don't really play Paper Magic anymore. But if you guys wanted to order a deck, try out Blue Eye Control, go ahead over to flipsidegaming.com. Enter this promo code. If it doesn't work, like I said, just make sure you give me contact. It's supposed to be live, but I'm not 100% sure. And then if you are looking to play online, I don't have my own promo code, not yet at least. Maybe I will get one, I'm not sure. But you can use Newmont PayPal. It's pretty well known. And you can save up to 8% on any PayPal orders through mtgotraders.com. So if you're looking to pick up some cards for online, go ahead and head over and type that in. If you want to play some paper, use John Mayer, all capital letters. And I don't think there's any space there. So just, like I said, this is brand new, so just keep this, in mind. And then go from there. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the deck. Stay tuned for some more videos.